Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela. I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady and I'd like to welcome you back to another Stitch a Week. So today's stitch is the popcorn stitch. As you can see here, it gives you a raised stitch, which is very textured, and it's brilliant for children's blankets where you can make little patterns and little motifs using these stitches. Now they're really solid, they can't get their fingers caught in it or anything like that. And the stitches you are going to need to know today are of course how to chain, how to double crochet and how to single crochet, and then of course the popcorn stitch, which I will show you in a few moments as we're working along. So grab your yarn and grab your hook and let's get going. Okay, so to start with, we will be making a slip knot. Now, we are going to chain up 28. Keep these ones nice and loose. Okay, once you have your chain of 28, we are going to place a double crochet in the fourth chain from the hook. Now this double crochet, this chain will be counting as a double crochet today. Okay, now we are going to double crochet all the way to the end of the chain. Okay, I will meet you back there in a few moments. Okay, so here we are coming up to our last double crochet. Now we are going to chain one and turn. Now this next row is basically made up of single crochets, and then when we go to do our bobble stitch we will be doing incomplete double crochets. I will show you that when we get to it. So to start off with, we are going to find that second chain from the hook, second place from the hook, and pop in a single crochet. We're going to single crochet for a total of 3. Now it's time for the popcorn stitch. So what we're going to do is we are going to hook over, and into our next stitch we are going to place 5 incomplete double crochets. Once you have done those, you will have 6 loops on your hook. Now it's just a case of hooking over and pulling through all 6 loops on your hook. Then jumping straight down to this next stitch and popping in a single crochet. Okay, and then we're going to do another 3 single crochets. And then another popcorn stitch. So that's 1 incomplete half double crochet, and 2 incomplete, 3 incomplete, 4 incomplete, and then the 5th. There we go. Then hook over and pull through all of them. Okay, if you notice here, it's easier if you push the bobble with your thumb away from you, and then we will be doing a single crochet into the next 3 again. Okay, and then it's another popcorn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 incomplete double crochets, hook over, finish them off, then pop it. There we go. And we're just going to keep going until we get to nearly the end of the row. So I'm working this one row with you. Now with this square, you can actually put these popcorn stitches wherever you like. You can also make it into a really cool little pattern. You just need a bit of graph paper to work out where you're going to put them. That's 3. There's nothing fancy this week. Otherwise, if I did a fancy pattern, this video would end up being far too long, wouldn't it? Yep. So of course that's our repeat all the way along this row. 3 single crochet, and then our popcorn. Now what I'm going to do at the end of this one is just do these last 5 stitches without adding any extra popcorn in. Now remember, we are working into the top of this chain. So you've got to make sure that you find that stitch. It can be a little bit tight, but you'll get used to it. There we go. And that is the end of that second row. And now it's time for the third row. We are going to chain up 2 and turn our work. Okay, and work as follow down the chain and miss this one and go straight into this next stitch. Making sure you get both parts of the V course, and we are going to double crochet all the way along. Now your stitch count here should be the same as the stitch count at the beginning of at the end of row number 1. Now to find your placement on top of your bobbles, we're coming up on that now. So we've got this one here. And then if you look at your bobble, you'll find that there is this one V here. We're just going to do our normal and go underneath it. And we are working a double crochet all the way along. we're coming up on our last few stitches. So make sure you get that last one at the end. And there we go. Now it's a case of turning our work and chaining one and popping a single crochet straight in here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to offset these bobbles that we've got on this side. So it's a case of looking where you want them. So I am going to go stitch 2, so that's our second. Now we're going to add our bobble by doing our 5 half double crochets. Then we're going to single crochet 3 and then add our bobble, single crochet 3, bobble, single crochet 3, add in your popcorn, and then we are going to single crochet another 3, add a popcorn, and then single crochet to the end. So that should be another 3. making sure that you get the top of that chain 2. Now we chain 2 and turn. And of course we are going to now be repeating rows number 3, okay, all the way across. So that is a double crochet all the way across, and then repeat the pattern for row 2, okay. And we're just going to do this all the way along, so it will be a row 2, row 3, row 4, okay, and then row 5 of course is a double crochet all the way along. I will meet you back here shortly to tell you how many repeat sets you are going to need to do. Right, so now it is time for your row repeat information. Now we are going to be repeating rows 2, 3, 4 and 5, okay, all the way up our project. Okay, so it's a four row repeat. So row 2 is row 2 is 3 single crochets followed by a popcorn, and we're going to do that 5 times in total, and then we're going to end the row with a 4 single crochet. Then you're going to chain up 2, turn your work, and do a complete row of a double crochet. That was row 3. Row 4 is a chain 1, turn, and then we are going to do 2 single crochet and the popcorn stitch, and then we are going to do 3 stitches and a popcorn stitch, and we are going to do that a further 5 times, and then we're going to end the row with 2 more single crochet. Once you've done that, you're going to turn your work again, chain up 2 and do the 25 double crochet all the way along. So in total we should have a 25 plus our turning chain at the end of each of these double crochet rows. If you have to put your work down and you're at the end of the row to work out whether you are on a popcorn row or a double crochet row, just look at the end of your work. You'll see it quite simply. A double crochet row is that, and the popcorn row is a single crochet. So I will meet you back here shortly to tell you how many repeats you're going to need to do to get your square the same size as your corner to corner. Right, I will meet you back here shortly. Okay, so I've finished up my square, and the total number of repeats needed are 1 repeat, 2 repeat, 3 and a half repeats. Okay, so that will give you a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows. Now on some of your rows you may find, like on your shorter rows, you may find you'll have your 5 bobbles and then there may be a few extras here. Now you can of course add another bobble stitch to the end of this, so it makes it 6 bobbles per row, or you can leave it at 5 like I have done and just fill in the extra stitches. Just make sure that you have got a stitch count of 26 at the end of each row. Right, so I'm going to leave you to get on with that, and I will see you in a little bit. Or of course you can just leave me carrying on chatting as you're working up your project. Now remember, there will be in the description box down below some timestamps which are the little coloured in numbers. If you click on those, that will take you back to the start of the row. Okay, so that will take you back to the start of row number 2 to work up row number 3, number 4 and number 5 of course. So once you're finished your square, pop it in the box with the rest of them, but before you do, don't forget to take that photograph and send it to me so I can show off your beautiful work on a Whips, Bits and Chat. Right, I'm going to head off now. I will see you all really soon. So if you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe. Ta-ra for now, everybody.